generic Liam Neeson movie number 236. I don't know any movie he's made, but it's not something like Schindler's List or The Phantom Menace or stuff that actually has some kind of gravitas to it, or Taken. It's just Liam Neeson does action movie in random setting. That's what this movie is. It's the stuff he got into after Taken took off. Like some of them were good, like Run All Night and Taken the sequels. Well, the third one's okay, but the other ones are just like, come on, man. Not to quote the current president, ha ha ha, of the U.S. The History Channel Ice Road Truckers? It's an abridged version. How they get the trucks flipped over if they fall over. How they get the trucks out of the sinking by the ice part. What could actually happen on it. Besides Neeson, the only other actor of note in the movie, spoiler alert, dies. That'd be Lawrence Fishburne. He's barely in it. The other actors were like ones you like, hey, I know that guy from that thing. It's like the main bad guy of this movie, or the one that's been hired, is from like Primeval New World. He's also on a bunch of Hallmark movies now, and he's in like Wing Calls to Heart on that channel. The rich bad guy is from an old sitcom. I can't remember what he is. What it's called off the top of my head currently. The whole premise of this movie is that the 1%, the rich guy, the two people who were running the diamond mine, decided they didn't want to meet their quota, but they couldn't. So they paid everybody $100 to turn off the sensors about the methane leaks, stuff that happens when you're digging in the earth. That would tell them, hey, get out. Well, that goes wrong, obviously. A methane pocket explodes and traps a bunch of people and kills a bunch of people. So they need to get trucks because they can't fly them up because of bad weather conditions. They need to get trucks with piping and stuff that will vent the methane out of the mines, so that they can blast and get the survivors out. They only have 36 hours of air because there's 28 people alive and 7 units of air per person per hour. They did the math in the movie, and it's like they got 30 hours. So Fishburne sends out a message. He gets a girl out of prison for bond because she was protesting people being in America that aren't natives, because apparently in Hollywood it's not racist to say that every Native American person hates all white, black, Asian, Hispanic people and want them to leave the country. Go back to where they came from. Apparently that's not racist, because that's every native person I've seen in movies and TV shows lately. They all have that same characteristic. Well, stuff like Yellowstone and that, there are more characters, but you have that one character in there. And things like that, but they all seem to be writing them. It's like, how is that not racist? Just a side note, how is that not racist? I think they all act like that. How? That they're all protesters and they all steal. It's like, what the how is that not considered racist? I mean, I get that it's not considered racist to hate white people these days, according to the left, but Native Americans? They get back off the point, because that's the girl's entire characteristic. Her entire character plot is that, well, at least for the first half of the movie, is that she's racist and a thief. She stole a truck to take banners and signs and stuff to a protest to try to kick white people out of Canada. But Fishburne says she's a good driver. She knows how to drive on the ice, so he uses her. her other piece of the characteristic, which is actual part of the character, like if they edited the movie, they could cut all that shit out, and the movie would still work. Her brother is trapped in the mines. They could still have her be a eco person, like, okay, yeah, you don't like fracking, it destroys the land, great. And that would be fine with me. But her brother is trapped. One of the guys, like the second in command of the mine in the mines, underneath a guy with glasses, who's another one of those. Hey, that guy from that thing. He's in a couple movies. I think he actually plays Mr. Krabs on TV, like for voice acting. Maybe. No, he kind of looks like him, just with glasses. And so Fishburne, Neeson, his brother, who is a war vet who got a brain injury and has PTSD and doesn't really talk properly and gets picked on because everybody says he's, quote, retarded, unquote, throws coffee mugs at him and gets him fired because Neeson has to defend him from bullies. And so Neeson, his brother, Fishburne, the native girl, I think her name's like, what is her name's Tucson? And a guy who works for the company, who's an insurance adjuster, or apparently, all go out. And then something happens. After they get halfway there, Fishburne's truck breaks down. They try to get it going, and then the ice starts cracking underneath of it, and Fishburne gets caught in a wire that they're going to use to drag his truck, because they're just going to keep trucking and have the black car and the red car drag the yellow car. No, wait. Yeah, drag the yellow car. But Fishburne goes down, and the insurance guy tells Neeson that, hey, I saw this girl next to the truck. I mean, I wouldn't do anything to hurt this thing. My company's paying for this. I'm not getting paid for any of this. I think she killed him to get his share of the money because they all split. They're gonna the drivers will split the reward money for getting the things up there in the 30 hours. It's like 20 grand a piece. So Neeson and his brother get 40 because there's two of them. Fishburne will get 20, and the girl will get 20. And so they tie the girl up in her cab and call the people up there because she says she can prove that she has a reason to want to get up there because her brother's trapped. And before the person can call back, the insurance guy hits Neeson, that's later on in the movie, locks Neeson and his brother up in the back of their cab when they were checking to see how the equipment was, because the car slipped over at the time, and they flipped them back up straight using the thing I told you about, ice road truckers. And then they get themselves out before the guy blows up their truck because he had planted dynamite on the truck, and they throw the dynamite onto the land just outside where the lake water is, so that doesn't affect the water on the ice because they're driving on ice. And then they get back up, they chase the guy down. The insurance guy is going to make it look like Fishburne and Neeson died on the lake, and the girl died sliding in a mountain slide. He fails, Neeson kills him. The girl Neeson, the girl who's been injured at this point, and his brother who dies, saving the truck because the girl and the brother get the truck over a bridge, and the bridge is collapsing, and the truck starts backing up for some reason, and have to close the gate, and the gate has one of those hook things that looks like an L when you push it down, you pick up and push it down. He didn't get it flat against the gate, so it pushed into his chest and killed him. And the movie ends with the guys who are running the company being arrested, obviously getting arrested and fired because they were paying people to not follow the safety rules. Neeson gets a new truck that him and his brother wanted, and the girl takes over Fishburne's company. Neeson goes down and starts driving sporting goods, and the girl takes over the company and keeps driving the ice roads. That's the movie. As I said, just generic Liam Neeson movie, number fill in the blank. It's one of those films that you wouldn't be surprised if you got from Dollar Tree, from the buckets at Dollar Tree. But knowing that this movie is a joint Amazon and Netflix movie, makes complete sense. It's definitely a movie that, yeah, this would never play in theaters. Streaming? Sure, why not? Because, hey, I got an hour and a half to kill, nothing else is on, hey, this is new, click. Which is probably why this movie was in the top 10 for Netflix in America. Because, hey, it's a new movie, I like Liam Neeson because it's the poster they use. I don't know how good it does on Amazon across the seas, because I'm not across the seas, but hey. Why do I know this is the Amazon Netflix joint? Because the version I watched had the Amazon logo on the front. It said Amazon Studios. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. I give this movie a C-, a D. Never watched it again. I actually kind of fell asleep during the fight scene between Neeson and the insurance guy. Well, fake insurance guy. He's actually a fixer. Because he tells the girl that he's not, because she says, I know you're not really an insurance person. No, I'm a fixer. I fix problems for the company. And he survives a lot of shit, like stuff you think he would die from, and nope, comes back for more. Until his car rolls down the hill. No, nope. When his truck rolls down the hill, he gets dynamite and goes up the thing. What kills him is Neeson traps him in the truck and drives and lets the truck slide onto ice that was already cracking, and the truck goes into the water, and that's what kills him. Maybe. I mean, if this thing was a massive success, I could see them saying that he crawled out of the ice water and he made himself get warmer or some bullshit like that. Because, crappy action films, the bad guys who, there's no body and they're not dead. Even though, yeah, there's no way in hell that guy survived that. Will I advise people to watch it? No. Would I tell people not to watch it? I just give them a risk, like, you may not. But yeah, I fell asleep during the fight between Neeson and the guy on the lake. And the fixer on the lake. I woke up like 2 minutes later, but then they were still fighting, but still. That's just a warning. I did fall asleep during this movie. Not like REM sleep like I did during Emma, where I didn't wake up until the movie was over. Like, I woke up when the credits were rolling in Emma. I fell asleep and woke up during the credits. So, thanks for watching. You probably didn't, and have a good one.